Hello! Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Wendy Lee. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And today we are going to do a little bit of paper crafting. So I am featuring, let's see if I can get my sheet all set up. I had this all even and I think correct, and then Facebook decided to kick me out just as I was getting ready to go live. So you gotta love that, right? Hello, glad to see Summer jumping on in. Yay! All right, good. Well, let's hope I'm in the window here. I'm in the group, way off it looks like, as far as my orientation of my camera and everything. So let's see if I can move this stand over just a bit. And kind of get in camera a little bit more. I want you guys to be able to see everything that I'm doing, and I noticed that last week I was down way too far. Hey Amelia, so good to see you. Ginger, yay. Hopefully there's some others popping in here soon. Oh, hey Jenny, good to see you. All right, so I am going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully I'm somewhat centered in this screen. So today we are featuring the Nothing's Better Than stamp set and the coordinating, I'm going to flip it over, Love You More Than dies. And we're going to make this super cool. I think it's super cool. Today is a chocolate kind of day. We've all had some of those, right? I definitely have. And sometimes chocolate just makes it better. So, and then the inside, it says, I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too, right? You can't have, there's no days that aren't good for chocolate, I don't think. So, hey Sheila, so glad you're joining us today. Good. People are popping in. Hey Mary, yay, you made it. I hope you set an alarm. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, and I will move this out of the way. All right, I got stuff everywhere, so I can figure out where to put things. All right, so we are going to start with our soft suede cardstock. This is 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And then I've got 2 pieces of real red, and these are 3 3/4 by 5. A piece of early espresso, which is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then a piece of white, which is the exact same size of 3 5/8 and 4 7/8. And then I've got some scrap of soft suede. If I were to cut this and not use scrap, I would have a 5.5 inch by 1 inch strip to do my stamping on. And then I just pulled a scrap of real red. But if I were cutting this, it would be 2 3/4 by 1 inch. Hey, Diane. And then I've got 2 circles. I've already die cut these. I'm going to slide this out of the way. I use the Stitch Shapes dies, which if you guys know me, I use these a lot. But I use the largest die and the second largest of the circles to create these circles here. So I will put all the supply list and the measurements for everything in the description once the video is over. After we're done, I'll paste all that in so you guys have all of that so you know what we're using today. So you don't have to remember any of this. I just like to run through it so you know. All right, so let's start with our card base. I'm going to go ahead and fold our soft suede in half and then run my bone folder right along that edge for a good crease. All right, perfect. Next, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this early espresso layer. So you can see on the sample, I've got this word chocolate down the front, and I hope you can tell. It's a little bit shiny, so I embossed it with clear embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So, did I grab a Versamark pad? Of course not. That would have made too much sense. So let me run across the room. Always forgetting something, right? Grab a little Versamark pad. All right. And my stamp that says chocolate on it. Now, I didn't think that this was too hard to line up. Now, when I can't see over the top of it, I can only imagine how this is going to turn out. But we'll see. I might be really crooked. And so what I'm doing is I'm just coming down and I'm offsetting the word each time I come down because I just want to make it look like it's, you know, kind of a pattern paper that I cut this out of. So we'll just see how this goes. So you can keep going all the way down. We're going to cover a large portion, so maybe I don't need to worry about that. And I'll put this last one down here because I'm not going to see any of that section. All right, so we can put our Versamark away and our stamp. And then I'm gonna pull in my clear emboss powder. Now our embossing powders come in little jars, but I find that difficult to work with. I'm a messy person. So I dump mine in a plastic container so that I can do this. So I just slide that cardstock right in there and cover it with the powder. I'm gonna do the other end. And I'm shaking off all this excess powder. Let's see, I've got a little smudge here and there. That's all right. That won't hurt anything. Perfect. So we'll move that powder out of the way, and then I'm gonna bring in my heat tool. Now, I will tell you, my heat tool is a really old one. You can see it's black. Ours is not black anymore. Ours is gray. Hey, Kay, so glad that you jumped in. And my metal tip is exposed. I've had this bad boy for about 20 years now. And to me, all that does is say how great Stampin' Up! Products are. But the new one is much safer. And it's got a high and a low speed so that you can use it for multiple things. This one has one speed, which is just heat emboss. Okay, so this is going to be a little noisy. Again, this is an older machine heat tool, so it's going to be a little crazy. So bear with me as we melt our powder, and hopefully you'll be able to see the magic on screen. So I'm waiting for my heat tool to heat up a little bit, and then you can see it's going to start to melt that powder. Isn't that awesome how it just turns shining as it works itself across? So I'm just moving it slowly until I get all of that embossed. Gosh, I hope you guys can see how cool this is. Embossing was one of the first things I learned in stamping, and it is still amazes me. I love doing embossing. It's so cool. It's magical. All right, I'm close to done. Perfect. Whoops, I got a little excited. All right, so perfect. Now it's done. Yay! I just think that adds a really cool, I don't know, element to this layer. A little more pizzazz. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my Stampin' seal. I haven't lost my lid yet, shockingly so. I know I will at some point, but that's fine. I really like this adhesive. If you guys have not tried it, I highly recommend it. It works really well. It's nice and sticky. My projects aren't falling apart. I'm really enjoying it. Now I'm going to flip this over and run my bone folder on the back. The only reason I'm doing the back is because just in case I have something on the front here, I don't want to smear that. It should be dry and cooled down, so it shouldn't be an issue, but it's just a caution I like to take every once in a while. All right, so then we're going to use some dimensionals to pop this up. So you can use the white ones, you can use the black ones. I happen to have some black ones, and since I'm going on darker cardstock, I'm going to go ahead and pull in some black ones. Now the supply list that I post is just going to have the regular dimensionals. I don't know that it really, really matters. It's a personal preference. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and adhere that more or less centered. Now you could do a really cool technique, maybe a faux suede on the back of this espresso to get a little more color to it if you'd like. But, you go with what makes you happy. I'm keeping this a little simpler today. All right. So I have already die cut out this large circle, which I had mentioned to you. So let's go ahead and adhere that down also with our seal. And that looks good to me. Great. All right, so now we're ready to stamp this layer here. So let me pull in my early espresso ink pad and a couple of the sentiments. I'm going to move the sample out of the way so that I don't end up putting my arm in that. Okay, I sneak in on you? I don't mean to. All right. So this is Today is A, and we'll see if I get anywhere close to straight when I put these both on here. At this point, it's a circle. I have leeway to turn it, right? But then once I start adding these other words, I'm going to get locked into what's straight, right? And I'm eyeballing, so hopefully they're somewhat in the same orientation. I don't think I did too bad for not being able to see real well with that. So I'm taking it. All right, nice. Then I've got a piece of real red cardstock, and I put some of our adhesive sheets on the back of it, and then I'm going to take the die that says, well, the one that says chocolate, And I will lay that on my cardstock, and I'm going to go run this through the die cutting machine. And then I will have this lovely piece here. Now, because I put the adhesive sheet on the back, I can literally just peel this off. It becomes like a sticker, right? Peel that off and just lay this right down on my layer, which I love. Any of these intricate, I can't speak. These intricate die cuts work really well with that adhesive sheet on the back like that. It's definitely the way to go. Saves you a lot of time with that little fine tip glue. All right, perfect. I'm real happy with how that turned out. So now I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back, and I'm going to grab about 12 inches or so of this red ribbon from the Playful Pets ribbon. So this comes in a combo pack with these two ribbons together. They're super cute. Lots of uses for those. But I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to do about 12 inches of ribbon. So let's go ahead and measure that off of my grid, and we will snip that. Perfect. And then I am just going to kind of lay it in thirds like that and just stick it on the back. Now let's see how I did. Oh, not too bad. I'm going to take it down just a bit. Yeah, you can hear how sticky that is, I think. Maybe. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back. You can use the large ones, the small ones, whatever makes you happy. And I'm going to be a little bit excessive because I want to catch some of this ribbon with these dimensionals just so it doesn't escape me. I feel like that one in the middle might just try to jump off there. So I'm going to do that as well. It might be a little more than you need, but I think that's all right. Hey, Jean, glad to see you pop in. I haven't tried the Seal Plush yet. I've been so happy with the seal, but it's on my list of things to do. And I'm going to just lay this circle. I want it kind of down towards the bottom, so I have a little more space up at the top. I don't know if that's straight. That does not look really straight. Let's see. That's not bad. I'll take it. All right. So next on my soft suede cardstock, I'm going to take my little chocolates and stamp those. And again, I've got a scrap piece just to show you the stamping. It's an easy stamp. So I need 3 of those. Okay. So I am going to take my die, my little chocolates die, this one right here, and I will die cut all 3 of these. And I magically already have them die cut, and I think I even did 4. I don't really need 4. We'll put one aside. All right, perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop these on the front of the card. So I want to put my dimensionals right here in the little corner. Now you could do these flat if you want to, or you can do popped up. It's up to you. And since I have them right here, I'm going to grab the minis. You can use regular ones. It's fine. I don't think it really matters. You could use the black ones if you prefer. And I'm just going to put that right there to catch that edge. Now, if this concerns you, this hangout over here where this is kind of in nowhere's land, because these are popped up, you could go ahead and double stack, and let me go ahead and show you that. So I'm going to take 2 of the dimensionals, and I'm going to stack them together. Take the backing paper off, and we'll see if I can slide this in there without making things too crazy. So I'm just going to put this on the back of that end one there. And the reason I double stacked is because I have a height with a dimension here, and then I dimension this as well. So now that I double stacked that, it's made that a little bit more secure, and the height is even across. So that's how I did that. Awesome? Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and adhere this one flat. So let's go ahead and use some of our seal. You could use liquid adhesive if you prefer. It's entirely up to you on what you like. We'll go right there. That sounds good. And then this one I want to pop up. So let me go ahead and put a couple of dimensionals. Again, it doesn't matter which colors you're using, in my opinion. If that makes you crazy, then use the ones that make you happy. And then I'm going to kind of overlap this one here, just a smidge. Cute! I love that. Turns out so cute. All right, let's do the inside of our card next. So for the inside, I've got the same real red layer, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Whoops. Go a little crazy with my adhesive here. More or less center this. All right, and then let's do our stamping on our white before we put it down. That way, if we make a big disaster out of it, we can flip it over. Get 2 tries then, right? Look how messy that is. I've been doing some watercoloring, I think, in that red ink pad. All right, so I've got my sentiment. I'm gonna ink that up. See the mess I'm making? And again, I can't see if I'm straight or not, so hopefully I'm close enough. Yay! Okay, I'll take it. Not turning out too terribly bad. Could be much worse. Okay, and then we need, there it is. I need the soft suede ink. Actually, you know what? I wonder if it'd be easier to do the detail first. I think that's what I did before. I haven't played with the stamps that much, just yesterday a little bit. All right, so let's do the detailed first. Perfect, and that was in early espresso. I don't think I said that. And then I'm gonna fill in my chocolates with the soft suede. Alrighty. I have no idea if this is inside of where that is or not. So we'll see. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Doesn't look too bad. All right, perfect. Are you guys liking the new ink pads? I guess we've had them for a year now. It's taken me a little bit, especially since I have both, right? So I've got the old style and the new style. So the old style you push and you lift and flip. And then this one you just pull open like a compact and flip it over. So I will tell you, the more you use them, the looser they get. So they're not as hard to open. In the beginning, I really had a lot of difficulty getting them open. All right, so we're ready to put this down. Hopefully I'm not too inky and make too big of a mess on this. And we will put this down to finish off this cute project. Isn't that fun? Wouldn't that be a good card to send to a friend? I love it. Yay. Okay. All right, so this is, again, Nothing's Better Than stamp set and coordinating dies. You can get these in a bundle and save 10%. And in case you guys didn't know, during the month of June, you can get any bundle out of the catalog for free when you join the Stampin' Up! Family. So if you want to join my Diamonds team, which we are so fun and cool, you could choose. On page 173 starts the die bundles. So there's so many to choose from. Look, multiple pages. It goes all the way to page 179. So any of these Stampin' die bundles, or we've got some punch bundles that you can also choose. So if you look at 168 and 169, 168 and 169, you could choose a stamp and punch bundle if you prefer. So it really, you know, there's so many choices, and the price value, oh my goodness, what a savings. And then once you're a demonstrator, you join our team and we have lots of fun together, and then you save money on every order that you place, which is great too. So, all right. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let's see, any questions? Yes, another one to put on your wish list. I know, okay, my list is pretty darn long, and the more stuff I've played with the out of the catalog, the more I love, and the more samples I'm seeing. It's been some really good stuff. So I'll do some more with this stamp set. It's got a lot of possibilities, I think. So, all right. So you guys have a great week. I hope this got you started to having some crafty fun, and I will catch you guys next Tuesday. Thanks so much. If you have questions, leave them for me. I appreciate a thumbs up. Give me a comment. If you're watching on the YouTube replay, I'd love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate that. And we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks so much. Bye.